Hello, welcome to the Wasting Time podcast. We are episode... who knows? I don't know.
No fucking idea.
A few.
Yeah.
How's it going, mate? You alright?
Yeah, it's going fine. It's going fine. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not long since I've seen you, which was nice.
Yeah. I was just up staying with this guy. What was it? Just over 2 weeks ago. Not too long. Yeah. Nice little trip up to the northeast to stay with you and your wife. Thanks again for that, man. I had the best time.
Yeah, it was amazing. Good to see you and good to see some other friends as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so we went to see the Lovebreakers for the first time ever after being heavily invested in them over the last year, and see Chris managing them now. So we saw those guys for the first time, who were supporting an old friend of ours, our old drummer Rob, who plays in the band Elvana. So he very kindly gives us lots of hospitality and kind of looked after us for the night. And we got to see both Elvana and Lovebreakers do their thing, which was really cool.
Oh, it was quality. I had the best time. Yeah. What did you think of Lovebreakers?
Yeah, awesome. I would have liked to have seen them. Obviously, you've seen them this weekend as well in Birmingham. Yeah, packed out show.
I'll come to that in a minute.
So I would have liked to have, loved to have seen them in a little small kind of packed out venue. Obviously, they were supporting Elvana, so there was people coming through the door as kind of as they were on. So, but yeah, they were solid. Really enjoyed them. And love Family
Man. They went down well, I thought.
Yeah, Horizons, I thought it sounded great live. A couple of their new songs sounded great live. So yeah, it was good. Good to meet them in person properly and see them. Yeah,
no, absolutely. It was a great weekend. And then, as you just mentioned there, I also saw them this weekend just gone. We were able to put on the album launch in their hometown, Birmingham, and it was a packed out show, and they killed it, man. They were just, everyone was loving them. The live set was great. I was just like, yeah, come on, we're onto a good thing surely here,
Have they got, obviously it was sold out, they got a big kind of just general fan following in Birmingham, as well as kind of,
family and friends.
Yeah, their kind of crews and people from the music scene.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, it was because it's still early days of the band, a lot of it was people who know them and stuff, but I think there were some people who'd heard about it through word of mouth or whatever. It felt like you're at a real gig in front of strangers, if that makes sense,
Nice. Cool. What's next for them in terms of gigs? They got much lined up?
They're coming down this way to London. They're opening, actually, for a former guest of ours, they're opening for Cali Massey.
All right. Yeah.
First weekend of December.
Nice. Where's that
at? New Cross Inn.
I've
played many times. Yeah. And then they're playing Sonic Wave, which is a festival in Birmingham, the weekend after that. And then after that, in January, it's time to start working on the new record. And that's those are the big things happening with those guys over the next few weeks.
Nice. As a manager, you've clearly got a good, it's just testing you, really.
Yeah, I'm supposed to know this.
See much of a rap you had of their schedule, No, good stuff. Looking forward to seeing kind of what they can do now. They can get back into shows and get themselves out there a little bit.
Definitely.
And obviously Elvana, we got to see them. Not your first time, but it was my first time.
Yeah, definitely not my first.
That was an experience.
Yeah, well, it's always lovely to see them doing what they do. I think it's no secret. It's not my thing. It's not your thing. This is something I say to their faces many times, but I love how big they're getting. I love how much other people love them, and I just want them to be the biggest band in the world. And they're continuing to get bigger and bigger, and that's awesome.
Yeah, for me, it was great to see. I hadn't seen Rob since Show Stag Do, and I hadn't seen Danny, his brother, for years, and Paul
who's also
and those guys. Yeah, so just great to see them. Slightly envious, I will admit, but it's really good to see him do his thing and see him doing well. And
in fact, let's. We've mentioned them many times before, but let's do a proper plug for them. So, for our listeners, if you like the idea of a Nirvana cover band fronted by a Las Vegas style Elvis, basically, and they do that they do it very well. Like, they know what they're doing. If you like the sound of that, look out for their tour dates. I know most of our listeners are in the States, and they have toured the States before. I don't know next time they'll be out there, but for our UK listeners, European listeners, there's lots of dates happening. So if you like the sound of that and you haven't heard of them already, Google Elvana and check them out.
There you go, Rob. Rob can't complain that we're bad talking now.
No, yeah.
Nice one. Anything else kind of you got lined up gig-wise?
Yeah, I just, this is a bit far in the future. I just booked a May Day Parade ticket, which is like June next year. So
okay.
Yeah.
We might have a booking for those guys on the podcast as well, right?
Yeah. I've got, all being well, an interview with Derek, the singer, very soon, which actually leads me to the out of new music that I've listened to. That's probably been on rotation the most, because at time of recording they put an album out last Friday, which I really, really like. Yeah. What about you? Any gigs coming up? Or...
Not really. Well, I've got one tomorrow night, which is why I'm tied up and can't speak to you guys. So,
yeah.
But yeah, not of this genre. I'm going to see. It's called Abstract Orchestra. So.
All right. Okay.
It's Abstract Orchestra. Kind of doing MF Doom back catalogue, which is like a hip hop artist that died last year actually. Quite young. He was in his 40s, I think. But a bit of a kind of legend of the game, really.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of an orchestral. It's like 16-piece orchestra who kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm struggling for what you would call it. Not reenact, but they like recompose. What's the word? Come on, help me out.
Reconfigure.
No.
Restructure.
No.
Recreate.
Yeah, let's go with recreate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're basically recreating the music of MF Doom with a 16-piece orchestra. So it should be.
Cool.
It should be good. But no, nothing really lined up. Obviously, we got holiday season coming soon, so I think it must be harder for artists like going on tour in kind of December. You would think kind of people kind of slowing down a little bit, saving their money, getting ready for parties, Christmas parties and things like that. So gig-wise, it must be.
Maybe there's more of an appetite for it this December, though, given that we couldn't do it last December.
But on that note, there's lots of Christmas music kicking around, releases kicking around now.
There is.
Seen Newfound Glory bringing out a whole album.
Yeah.
Christmas album.
Yeah, that was, if you remember, when we had Cyrus from Newfound Glory on the podcast at the start of the year, because they did the Christmas special, which was like performances and little skits and stuff. But they had all these new songs and reworkings of their old ones, and I said, "Are you going to actually release that as a record?" And I assumed they would in December, and that's exactly what we've got coming in a couple of weeks. But they've released a couple of songs off that upcoming.
Yeah, Holidays Here or something is one of them.
No, it's called. Well, I think the album's called December's Here.
Yeah,
which is a song they released last year. But they put out 2 songs recently that are from this.
I've definitely
Holiday
seen
Records.
Holiday Records. There you go.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite ones when I watched it last year. Very, very catchy chorus.
Nice, cool. I'd heard Dave House's version of not Wish You a Merry Christmas, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Okay.
Earlier, so that was.
Is that all right?
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see a couple more releases knocking about.
MXPX got a new holiday song on Friday.
Oh, have they?
It's all happening, mate.
Talking of MXPX, I did enjoy their recent live album.
Oh yeah, they dropped a surprise live album. It was loved it, man.
It was quite different to the
Left Coast Live?
Yeah. That was quite quite well produced, I thought, and this one's a bit more kind of raw live. You get like loads of the crowd in on it, which is cool. And I liked how they did a bit from Before Everything After as well, which you don't usually
exactly my thoughts. That album gets overlooked a bit because I remember you and me loved that album at the time, and I still, if I ever put it on, I think it's really underrated. So it was good to hear some deeper cuts from that album that you don't hear as much, you know.
Yeah, enjoyed it. So I'll probably
that was cool.
Get a few more spins. Anything else from you?
Yeah, just a couple more, and then we'll go into the interview. There's a band from Brighton who I've seen before. They played with Not Katie's and Gary's band a while ago, and they've been around a few years. What are they called? They're called All Better, and they put out a song called "The Laughing Stock of Me." So I recommend that for you and our listeners to check out. I thought that was really cool. And the other one was what did you think? Did you listen to the Avril Lavigne, Feldman and Travis Barker produced song? And if you did, what did you think of that?
I did not, and I probably won't. Is it in your favourite list?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I thought it'd be better than it was. It's fine, but I thought if they were all over it, it would be a solid little pop punk song. But it's okay. It's okay. No. Yeah, my recommendation to our listeners this week would be Mayday Parade's new album. I mean, if you like Mayday Parade, because if you don't like Mayday Parade, then don't bother, because it's very much what you'd expect from that band.
Cool. Well, I guess, it's worth us maybe touching on who we're chatting to today in this episode.
We should probably mention that.
Obviously,
good point.
We got this episode is Tyler from the Youth Fountain. Since we've recorded the episode, he has since gone on to release his latest record.
That's right.
Which, remind me what it's called, Chris?
Oh God, what is it called? Keepsakes or something? Was it the fuck's it
Which
called?
is called Keepsakes and Reminders.
Reminders, that's it. Yeah, we recorded this episode the night before he released it, actually, so a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So it's funny. It's gonna be, like an album often will remind you of when you were first listening to it, first getting into it. It's going to remind me of my trip up to see you, because we recorded the episode. The album comes out the next day, so when I got the train up, and I was just listening to it on repeat. I think it's really cool. I think some of those songs needed a bit more time to land with me, but I'm liking it the more I listen to it. But I think overall it's really good. I think it's got some good lyrics, some good choruses. Yeah, what do you think, man?
It's really well produced, I think, as well. And obviously we talk about in the episode about how he's a bit of a one-man band, and from a production and writing perspective. So the output, I think, is pretty solid, and it's got that big anthemic sound. And I guess we talk to him a little bit about how it's produced and how he goes about its process. So I guess without further ado, we should just maybe get in the interview.
Yeah, let's get into it. And listeners, we'll see you next. I know apologies, we've been away for a while, but we've got a couple lined up, so we'll see you sooner. So what's up, man? Thanks so much for joining us. And you were just saying before you're coming from Vancouver right now. Out on the west coast of Canada.
West coast of Canada, right in the corner of Canada. It's so I've heard it's very similar to the weather in the UK. So right. It's super cold over here right now too, and it's looking like fall. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you get a little more snow than us. I've been to Vancouver before. It's a beautiful city.
Oh yeah, dude, I love it here. As a kid, I always was like, oh, I bet the rest of the world is so much nicer. And then I went around the States and the rest of Canada, and I was like, oh, Vancouver's pretty nice, actually. It's a pretty nice little spot.
So you're born and raised... Yeah, sorry, I think Nick's going to ask the same question as me.
Yeah,
I'll let you ask it, Nick, go on.
Yeah, it's just, born and raised in Vancouver then. What was kind of upbringing like in Vancouver then, Nick? What was going on when you were growing up, and kind of the music stuff you were getting into?
Oh boy, the music over here, it's not much of a scene, that's for sure. The scene here is pretty It's not much for pop punk, that's for sure, and like
Okay.
emo. Yeah, like it was bad. So I mean, whenever like shows would happen, bands would always skip over Vancouver. I think like no bands would ever really want to come through the Rocky Mountains
Yeah.
and go up through the border if they're in Seattle, because Seattle's just down below us.
Yeah,
And
sure.
yeah, it kind of sucked in that way. But I mean, in terms of like weather and like you know and just things to do in Vancouver, like it's a nice city, and it's definitely a lot like warmer per se than the rest of Canada, because like right now if you go anywhere east it's just like snow and it's just bad. So right now there's no snow yet here,
Right.
so it's nice in that sense. And then it's a super expensive city as well, so it kind of sucks. So the rent
Yeah.
rent and everything is so
Right.
much fucking
I
money
noticed
here.
that when I was there. I remember thinking that. I mean, yeah.
It's brutal. It's fucking brutal. But yeah, growing up here, it's been good. I think for the rest of Canada, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm happy to be here.
So what I mean, well,
Yeah.
what was your kind of early? I mean, you say there wasn't much going on in terms of a scene, but I mean, how
No.
what was your journey like in terms of getting into music and
Totally.
yeah, growing up kind of around music? What were you kind of listening to early?
Yeah. I like an early age. My older brothers, they were super into punk music and pop punk, so I kind of was influenced heavily through them just because that's what they were listening to. So I
Yeah.
would just be I would get like like just always, I would hear them always playing that shit. So
Okay.
I was automatically into that.
What kind of bands was this? What era are we talking?
Oh man, early 2000s, Blink
Okay.
182, Sum 41.
Yeah.
That was definitely like I was like, oh shit, these are the bands that I love, you know?
Yeah.
So I was influenced by that. And getting into playing music, again, my older brother played guitar, and I was just like, oh, my older brothers are cool, I want to be like them. So I also picked up a guitar, and we played together, and like I started a band actually with him at like 13, and
Okay.
just kind of always had a love for music. And essentially after that, trying to have a band, I would like play high school shows and try to network with like other like musicians, and talk to them and see what they do to try to get into some sort of a scene. And then
Yeah.
from there I would play like local like fire halls and churches and shit. And then I met more people, and I got older and kept trying to work on my stuff. And from there I just kind of I just kind of met more people. And then after that, when I got older, I met Cody Muraro, and we kind of collaborated together. And
Yeah.
I had the project Bedroom Talk beforehand, and then after, with meeting Cody, we collaborated a bit. And then he kind of definitely helped like push the band into like a to get it heard, because I was really I've never been really good at like marketing and promoting and knowing how to get music out there and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was definitely a turning point for me, is like meeting people that have more experience and could help you know push the music that I make to to be heard more. Because I don't know, I was still like young when I met him, and even before, when I started writing for Bedroom Talk and Youth Fountain, I started like around like 19, 18. So it's just kind of been an ongoing procedure of just like maturing and trying to improve my writing and improving what the hell I'm doing with making
Sure.
music.
Yeah. Yeah. Did Bedroom Talk? Did it like? What kind of attention did it get? Did you like? Did you tour with that project much? Like what?
No,
Okay. Okay.
not at all. It was just
Right.
like I was like 18, 19.
Yeah.
I thought the name Bedroom Talk was cool because the starting line had a song called Bedroom
thought it
Talk.
might be the
I was
case.
gonna
Yeah,
ask that.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
track. Good track.
Oh yeah, so I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I'll just name a project after this, and I just kind of wrote some emo pop punk songs on my
Yeah.
acoustic guitar and just recorded it pretty, pretty shittily on like YouTube and SoundCloud, and that was that. And like I don't know, I knew I wanted to do something with a good chunk of the songs, and then again I met more people, and I met a dude named Patrick Ferrugia, and he helped me learn how to like record and like actually like make songs sound better. So then I've recorded like full band versions of my songs because I grew up playing bass, guitar, and also drums. So I've been able to kind of do the jack of all trades thing there and just kind of write my own shit like that. So yeah, there was never no touring with that project at all. Okay. It was just kind of like a musical outlet, writing whatever I kind of wanted to write because I felt like writing something.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, so did you merge into kind of Youth Fountain as turning it into a band? Really, is that what Youth Fountain became, or?
Yeah, for me it was just like it started off as a musical outlet, and I just kind of wrote songs because I was going through some pretty dark shit, and after that, when meeting Cody, he kind of helped me kind of transform it into like a business and try to make it into something that wasn't just like heard by a couple people, and when I finished recording the first album, Letters to Our Former Selves, we were shopping it around to labels and stuff, and pretty much when the name Youth Fountain had to come around, it was Pure Noise essentially. We're like, you guys should change the band name, and that's kind of why we had to change the band name. It was originally just Bedroom Talk, but the label thought it was a better idea to kind of rebrand as like a whole new thing, since at the end of the day no one really knew who the hell we were, and it was like not really that big of a deal.
Did you like approach Pure Noise? Like, what's the guy called? Is it Jake at Pure Noise?
Jake Round.
That's it. Yeah. Did you kind of get in touch with him just cold, or was it kind of was it like through a contact that knew him or whatever? Or
it was.
You know how it is. Like sometimes when you just contacting record labels with unsolicited stuff and all that.
Not everyone. You can be so many bands. They probably get so much shit and they can't listen to it all. But essentially, it was our manager. Pretty much, we had an email from a management company, and they wanted to, help us out and manage us. And we were just like, cool. Like, if you guys can help us get us like signed by someone, and they're like, hell yeah. And they kind of had connections, and they shopped it to Jake, and Jake really liked the songs, and he was like, hell yeah. And he picked us up from there. So it was also just like, it feels like luck of the draw for me, It was just crazy that it was able to have that opportunity, and I'm fucking super grateful and thankful every day that something like that could happen,
Yeah, and like, they just have so many big names and get a lot of things right, man. So it must have felt a dream. Had you already recorded Letters to Our Former Selves, or was that like the first thing, or did you come on board with them and did they kind of make that happen?
No, it was I just recorded that album all by myself.
Oh wow, okay.
On my laptop. So like I just kind of tracked it like that.
Yeah.
And I already had it all written. I had Cody's vocals on there too, and everything was already solidified, and that's what we were shopping around. We were just like, let's see if anyone would pick us up, and so with that album there was like no budget at all, man. Like it was just kind of like fucking bare bones raw. I just it just kind of is what it is. So that was cool. I'm happy with that. It was definitely a really cool thing to happen, that we didn't have to put in any tens of thousands of dollars for a record,
Sure. Yeah. No, that's
so. Pure Noise do much with it then, or was it literally like just needed a bit of polishing and it was good to go and release from their side?
They didn't do anything to it. No, It was just good to go.
It's as you hear it now.
Yeah, dude.
I suppose that's attractive to them.
It's a great record. I mean, it's a great record, right? Hey, Chris, Chris got me onto you guys, and how did you hear about? How did you hear of Youth?
How did I hear of Tyler? Yeah. I don't know, just like Reddit, like I guess. Cool. I feel like I've known the name because I listened to. Was it 2 years ago that the
2019.
Yeah. I definitely listened to that at the time. I must have read about on Reddit or whatever, because like I've mentioned to a couple of people who I would have thought might have turned me onto it. Oh, I've got Tyler from Youth Fountain coming on the show, and like they didn't know Youth Fountain, so I was like, I must have got it on Reddit or something. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of growing for the band. I'm hoping that the next record helps, like kind of escalate and catapult us a little bit.
Oh, I can see that happening. Speaking of Reddit, people seem to fucking love you on there. In that pop punk in the pop punk subreddit. There's always stuff.
Yeah, I'm involved in there too, and I chime in for sure. And like, I don't know, it's a cool community. It's super sweet to see that like everyone in there is so enthusiastic about just pop punk in general, and they're all like fucking. That's the place to go, I think, for like the hardcore pop punk fans. Like, I don't know. I think. I'm in like a lot of Facebook groups too about pop punk and emo and all the subgenres of shit, and still Reddit is like, I think Reddit's the most like pure, like everyone's honest and everything is like, I don't know, everything's just like clean. It's just like it's a good subreddit for sure. I think it's a good community, and I hope it stays that way. That'd be good. It's sweet.
I think Chris, you got too much time on your hands with all these forums you're involved in. I could never keep up. Well, I mean, where was your? I guess where was the kind of pure noise getting on board in relation to kind of the pandemic and like, Well, I guess like obviously there wasn't the opportunity for you to go and really tour, so kind of keen to kind of understand how kind of labels were navigating through that period, especially with new artists coming on board.
It was tough, dude. It was a weird time because essentially started 2020. The co-vocalist who was in the band before, Cody, he joined the band Real Friends. So that was kind of like I didn't really know what I was at that point. It was like I kind of was like, we were kind of already kind of like going different ways in terms of like what I wanted to do, what he wanted to do. So like it's all chill, and I didn't really know how to take the next step and be like, okay, so how should I navigate things, So then the pandemic hit, and I was like, well, fuck, this is crazy. It was, I think for rebranding and like figuring out what to do next, it was. The pandemic couldn't have hit at a better time for me, because like for the band because everything was just put on hold, nothing was going on, so it wasn't like I felt like I was missing out on tours or opportunities or anything, because like we with the band I could have been received like being like, oh, you guys should tour with fucking so and so, and I would have had to say no because I had to figure things out. But for over the pandemic, the label was just kind of also on hold. The whole music scene was just kind of like, no one's really doing anything right now, and you figure out what you need to do. Like, so it wasn't until like I think like summer when I kind of figured things out, and I was like, okay, I want to put out an acoustic EP, and are you guys, with the situation of the band, are you guys willing to budget for a sophomore release? And they were like, yep, like let's do it. So like they were chill with that, and they funded for the next album, and like that was the main thing, was funding to make this album possible, because I think it sounds a lot better. It was recorded by an actual engineer and not just me doing everything. It has real drums on it. It was my vocals were recorded, properly, engineered guitars, and it's just like a lot more polished sounding Youth Fountain. So that couldn't have been possible without the help of Pure Noise. So that was a big step.
Which engineer did you do it with? Anyone we might know?
Yeah, his name's Tim Creviston. He's worked on Comeback Kids and like Spirit Box.
Oh, okay.
He's a really, really good dude. He's a good friend of mine. And he was a huge help to make the record just like what it is right now, and I'm super happy with it. So yeah.
And obviously this record, well, at the time of recording this is out tomorrow, but when this is out, the record is out now, basically.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Exactly.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard it yet, you can go and listen to it now.
Gotta plug it. Gotta plug that record.
So obviously you've had a few years of just being able to really kind of build your material, and you got pure noise behind you as well.
Totally.
In terms of like the live stuff, I mean, how much had you done, and I guess how much attention are you're going to shift to that now? Oh yeah. Now the doors are open again, really. And I guess like from a band perspective, you said Corey's moved on, but have you got like a set of guys that you talk about doing the recording all yourself? And
totally.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a few questions. There's a few loaded questions there.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, for live, what we did before was I have hired a bass player and like a hired drummer, and essentially, I just pay them to do tours and shows, and they're good friends as well, and they're always on board and happy to help the project because they like the project, so that also helps. It'd be a gong show if hiring some people that absolutely hate the music.
Yeah.
So we played with Seaway across Canada before the pandemic. We did a tour with Can't Swim, Free Throw. And then before that, we did a tour with We Were Sharks and Abandoned by Bears, and that was like all through Canada and then all down to the States. And that was in 2018 was our first like tour with Abandoned by Bears and We Were Sharks, and that was like a fucking 2-month long tour. And then I think after that it was start of 2019. Then we did the Can't Swim. Then after that, Summer, Free Throw, and Seaway. So now, 2020, no tours, and now it's 2021. Things are slowly kind of starting back up, and I think in the new year, obviously, Corey Wells, February. I don't know when this is going to be out, but I'm sure it'll be out before February. So
it certainly should be.
Yeah. all through the UK and Germany. So I'm amped for that, because I've never been out that way, so it's gonna be a crazy experience, and I don't know what to expect, but I'll still have fun regardless, just like seeing new cities and And
how many dates you got in the UK? Do you know?
It's all through February, so I would assume, I think there's like 20 or 25, or no, there can't be. I think there's only 28 days in February. Is it like that?
Has it been published and posted, all the dates?
Yeah, it has. I'm just looking it up again.
Let's have a look. See where you're going. We'll tell you where the good spots will be on.
Yeah, please do. I mean, I think the only place around the UK I'm going is London. I'm playing in, and I think I'm going up to Scotland and Glasgow. So that's gonna be cool.
You play. It looks like you're going Manchester as well, by the look of this.
Oh yeah.
Manchester, cool. Bournemouth as well. Oh, you've got a couple of dates in the UK here and there, but you're right. It's mainly kind of mainland.
It's
Europe
mainly Germany,
doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Germany, Hungary, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Denmark. You're hitting a few there around.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, what a way to experience Europe for the first time.
I know, and I don't know. Growing up, I was like, maybe I should just backpack around there. I just want to fucking go. And then I think it was actually the start of this year that Corey Wells hit us up and was like, let's do this. And I was like, man, this is a crazy opportunity. I hope it'll actually happen, because fucking COVID, who the hell knows. I'm still like hesitant. I'm like, is this really happening? But I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Hopefully.
So have you got a booking agent then? I mean, what are you getting back from booking agents at the moment in terms of their ability to get shows and stuff? Is there like backlogs everywhere of like loads of bands trying to get in venues, like, and get back out?
It's funny because a lot of the tours that are happening right now, like in the States and probably even in the UK and everywhere around Europe, are shows and concerts that were supposed to happen in 2020, so there is like that backlog. So that for what booking agents can try to get right now is definitely all through 2022 and possibly 2023. But yeah, it's tough. There's a lot going on, and the music industry is trying to catch up with even just missing a year. It's fucked. Like it's a gong show for sure. But we're trying to get on some U.S. tours, and hopefully all through Canada too, and maybe I'll be back in the UK again with a full band, because I'm just doing acoustic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just acoustic with me and another session player. But I'm fucking stoked still, because Corey Wells is also acoustic as well, so it'll be cohesive. It'll kind of match like that. I feel like it'd be kind of weird too if like I was full band and then Corey Wells the headliner too. Yeah. But it's just kind of our booking agents is under Sequel Music, and they have people like The Story So Far, and a lot of the pure noise bands. I can't name them off the top of my head, but they're a good agency, and
some good opportunities potentially.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're definitely doing all that they can to help us out and help push the next record with the tour for sure. And we got some stuff planned for 2022, but just waiting for it all to solidify.
Okay,
that's kind of
So basically, is that this European trip? Is that like the next live stuff you'll be doing? Aside from, I know you've got the live stream Monarch thing today.
Tonight. Yeah.
Tonight, I guess. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when we're recording this. I don't know when this will be out. It'll probably be expired or something by then. But
that's true.
Yeah,
but hopefully people can see clips of it by then. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe it'll be like fucking uploaded on YouTube by somebody, who knows. But
yeah, possibly. You're using Veeps, I see. Joel Madden's platform. You fan of his?
I don't even know who that is. Joe Madden?
It's Good Charlotte singer.
Oh, Good Charlotte singer. Okay, well, I know Good Charlotte. I never paid attention to the actual band. Okay. I feel like, but Good Charlotte rips. One of my favorite bands. I never knew that any of their names.
But technically, you're using their platform.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh man, so basically, I could say I shared the same stage as Good Charlotte.
Yeah, kind of. Or you could say they put you on.
Oh yeah. This band could not have been possible without Good Charlotte. Yeah, it's just COVID's a weird time, trying to play shows all through like live streaming and shit. So many bands have been doing that, but honestly, it's been kind of cool. Like, it's a good way to fund the band. If people still come out and want to chat in like the live chat, and I don't know, it's sweet.
Well, yeah, and I guess people are still needed those vices. Like everyone else has been indoors, so we've all had to try and fucking find something to do, And I've done a couple of them as well. Like, yeah. I was gonna say, is there any kind of like out? Now the tours are back on and shows are back on. Is there any kind of dream tour that you like? If you could do anything like with any band, kind of.
Man, I have so many lineups. Yeah, been like top lineups to play with, but I think my dream lineup would be Story So Far, like Senses Fail, the starting line. That would be that'd be sick. And then Us Open, that would be my dream. I'd say off the top of my head.
Senses Fail doing stuff again now, aren't they? They too.
Oh yeah,
as well, they've really kicked back off again, haven't they?
Like, I'm not a huge fan of theirs, but I did really like. I guess it must still be their most recent album. You know, the one they came back with at the start of 2018.
That was If There's a Light, It'll Find You.
Yeah, I had some proper pop punk jams on that one.
Oh yeah,
like the Stay What You Are. Like I've got that on one of my regular playlists. Still, I love that.
Yeah, that was their ode to Saves the Day song.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been a huge fan of them since I was like 12. I've been like following them. They've been like my definitely Buddy Nielsen's like my definitely one of the people that I looked up to musically, and along with funny enough, I really like Less Than Jake too. They're like a ska punk band. Okay. So it's funny, I like a lot of emo music, and then I randomly like a ska punk band. So it's kind of funny.
I feel like less than Jake though, man. Like everyone,
they're just
who's
legends
in
of the
our
game,
scene,
aren't
like
they?
no matter what you're primarily into, everyone's got a bit of time for less than Jake.
Oh, definitely. They're just like they're fucking old legends now.
Yeah.
Still going at it.
Yeah,
doing what they do.
We've supposed to have Roger, the bassist singer, on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we haven't like talked to his publicist, and like we've almost had a day, and then it's been moved back or whatever. But when we eventually do it, I'm just like, man, where do I start with? Because they've been around for so long. Where do you start? Dude, like if you're chatting to them for like an hour, what do you talk about?
It's like you won't get anything. You probably like barely get like the tip of the iceberg of shit from someone who's been on. Whereas like person like me, I probably already covered everything like already, you know? Yeah, so yeah, someone like that, it's fucking wild. I hope he comes on though. I'm sure it'll happen. That'll be cool. Yeah.
Definitely be a fun one. But actually, speaking of like influencers and things like that, I was looking at your YouTube page and some of like just acoustic covers that you upload, and like some really cool ones. And like I love like how random some of, because I saw like you had a Billy Bragg song on there.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Billy Bragg. And like,
amazing.
Dude, it's funny because I got into him through like influences. I remember like being a fucking kid and be like, what influences like Less Than Jake really like? And then I think they like Billy Bragg, and I looked him up and I was just like, this is like an old British dude. But I fucking loved his shit. His
you did like, St. Swithin's, like, which was I love it. That's a deep cut,
that song
man.
Dude, that song is fucking emotional as hell. I remember I think I was like 18 or 17. I went to a record store and I saw they had a Billy Bragg a vinyl, and I picked it up, and I never heard that song before, and I played it on my record player, and I was just like, I almost cried. I was like, holy shit, this is a deep fucking song. And then I remember I was just like, I'm gonna try to cover this. And it's funny, on my YouTube page I kinda have like a little catalog of my my adolescence going up to what I am now, so it's kind of funny like that. But yeah, Billy Bragg is definitely somewhat of an inspiration as well. Definitely.
He loves a love song as much as he loves a political song. But that's for sure.
yeah. He's a political guy for sure. But I think I like his love songs more. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, when you see him live over here, he tends to keep his political stuff between his songs and then sing all his hits and his love songs.
I mean, we're both fans. We've both seen him a few times. It's always even, like whether you see him like, I guess it's like yourself. Like sometimes you see him acoustic, sometimes you see him full band.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Man, that guy's a legend. That guy's a fucking. He's still fucking ripping. He's going.
He's on tour at the moment. Yeah, he's touring over here at the moment.
That's sick. I'd love to see him. I still haven't, and I'd love to see him one day, and I hope I get to. That'd be rad.
Cool. I mean, anything else that's on your radar at the moment? Anything new that you're into or listening
to? Man, I always have to go through my my phone to see
recently
most
played.
recently played. I know off the top of my head, I know Nothing Nowhere. They're definitely been an artist that I've been following for a little while, and I love his stuff. Nothing Nowhere is super sick.
I really like the most recent single. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Pieces of You.
Yeah. Like Dude. It was just a bit more, straight up pop punk. But I was like, no,
straight up. It's very. But first, when I heard it, I didn't know if I liked it or not. Honestly, I was a little bit like, this just sounds like Teenage Dirtbag a bit. I was like, fuck, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But then I kept listening to it, and I was like, you know what? No, this sounds like its own thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
Heart Attack Man's new single, Pitch Black. I'm sure they have other. I don't know if they released any other singles, but that single fucking rips.
You haven't spent much time with them. I've only listened to previous stuff a little bit, but
their
new single's good, is it?
Dude, so good. They released it on the same day when You Fountain released our first single for Keepsakes and Reminders.
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude, that's a fucking ripper for sure. It's good. Alkaline Trio. I've been listening to a lot of them, especially their most recent record is this thing Cursed. For some reason, I never checked it out in 2018, and I just checked it out this year, and it's been like probably my most played record this whole year. So Alkaline Trio, New Free Throw. They put out a record, piecing it together. I've been listening to that. Other than that, I'd say that's been on my radar for like stuff I've been spinning the most. That's for sure. Yeah. How about you guys? What have you guys been listening to? I'm always down to listen to some new music.
Well, there's this band called The Youth Fountain. Quite like them. It's been a little bit of a moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told Nick about them recently. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm banging into a band called The Last Gang at the moment. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I haven't.
They're an LA band. Yeah, Fat Wreck just released.
Fat Wreckers bands. Sick.
Yeah, they're pretty new. Kind of got a female vocalist. Kind of got a bit of a Interrupters, kind of Distillers-y kind of vibe going on. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome. I'll check them out.
Yeah,
I grew up listening to a lot of the Fat Records bands for sure, and obviously NoFX is another inspiration of mine. So, but yeah, I'll give them a listen. I haven't paid attention to a lot of the Fat Records stuff in a while, so I got to get back on that.
We, I mean, the last episode we had a Yotam from Useless ID. I don't know if you've heard of that band. They're an Israeli punk rock band, but he's got a good relationship with Fat Mike. They're on Fat Records now. They have not done a lot recently, but they've been around for like 24, 26 years or something, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
And he was talking about how he's like been staying on Fat Mike's ranch basically, and it sounds fucking crazy. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what would living on Fat Mike's ranch be like?
He said it's a wild one. It's a mixture of kind of musicians and music people mixed in with like S&M shit and like.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
fuck, that'd be an experience and a half.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that band Magnolia Park a bit. Do you know them, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I do know them. Yeah, they're really really cool, and they're blowing up. They're blowing up for sure. They're getting a lot of attention. And that's cool.
Yeah, totally. It's just something about the way they're doing things. I think just makes them stand out, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We had them on the show a year ago, and it was fine and stuff. But like, I didn't think that much of it or whatever. But it's just like ever since they started releasing stuff this year, it's just like boom, boom, and now they're on Epitaph and stuff. And I just think they're gonna get bigger and bigger.
They're huge for sure. That's fucking awesome. That's happy for them. They're I think they're gonna be one of the bigger like upcoming pop punk bands for sure. Yeah, along with like I've also been listening to a lot of Hot Mulligan as well. They're another very favorite band of mine for sure. And,
Nick, have you listened to Hot Mulligan much?
Not a great deal. No. Probably need to.
Yeah, like because again they're almost I'd say like youth fountain.
They are
like a big. I mean, but like in terms of like Reddit and stuff, people love them.
Yeah,
I haven't got into it myself. I mean, I don't want to be too negative about them because I'd love to have them on the show or whatever. But I don't know what I'm missing. But like, yeah, you're clearly with the majority though, Tyler. Like,
yeah. I think that I don't know. I'm definitely like there's some songs where like I'm super into, and then obviously like almost every band I listen to, some songs don't gel as well with me, but the songs that like I really like I really fucking like them. So I don't know, maybe there's just like select few, but who knows? To each their own. Yeah.
Another thing I've just much like Nick that I've been blaring a lot the last couple of weeks is your song. Century, that most recent one.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that you like that one. That's one of my favorites on the record. So
nice, man. That riff is so catchy, and obviously the hook in the chorus.
Yeah, dude. I feel that. That was a wild one. I started demoing that one probably beginning of 2020 over the pandemic, and I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do with it. I didn't know if it would become a Youth Fountain song, and I was just like. I started to feel inspired by the summer, and then every day while I would be like working on like doing my jobs and shit, and I would just be like listening to it, and I would try to be writing lyrics to it, and I came up with all the lyrics while I was working. So yeah, that was
cool. The lyrics are quite raw. Like
yeah, dude, I feel that they're definitely existential feelings of life. That's for sure, and I'm happy with how it came out. It's a catchy emo pop punk song.
So is the record gonna? I mean, I guess it feels weird asking this because anyone listening to this now will be able to hear it, as I said before. But like, will the record have like many things in that vein on it? Is that a good representation of the record?
It definitely is, and much like the last record too. It's a lot of stuff I write about is there's human condition, feelings of just living, man, and just like being alive, and what us as humans kind of go through, and the struggles that we face, and also like stuff about relationships and friendships and just so much of that shit. And that's kind of what I've been always writing about. I never really write anything too happy. It's not really ever something that's come to my mind when writing. Everything that comes out is usually sad. So, yeah.
I mean, what's your writing process like then? And I guess the output for us is, you've got some really anthemic songs. Obviously, from lyrical side, they come from quite a sincere and deep place as well. But how does that develop within your kind of, because it's all you, and it comes out the other end like a big, have this big sound. Kind of what's your process in terms of writing and then building that and growing it into what we hear on the other side?
It's usually just I demo stuff on my laptop, and I kind of come up with guitar riffs, and I just record it really bare bones, and I think of like a structure for a song and be like, okay, this is a cool intro riff. I'm gonna write a kind of a verse after this that's in the same key, and I just kind of write it like that, and then I kind of just go from there, pre-chorus, chorus, go back to maybe a post-chorus, and then I kind of do that. I write the main idea of how a song should sound, and like within like make it between 3 and 3.5 minutes. Sometimes it can be longer or shorter, but after that, then I kind of program drums, and I write the drum parts. I'm like, okay, well, this should be like this, accents on there, and I just kind of like program everything. So I'm clicking everything, and I kind of come up with the ideas like that. And then once I have the drum sounding like pretty solid, I'm like, okay, this sounds like a song. And now I'm gonna record the guitars really well. They're better than scratch tracks, and then I'll put bass over it, and then I'm like, look at that. I got a song. So that's usually how I go about writing.
And your lyrics kind of come at the end.
Yeah,
lyrics at the end of your process.
Yeah, lyrics have lately come at the end. There's been odd times, like for the song Rose Colored Glass. I remember writing like the chorus. I just had my acoustic guitar, and I was just writing, and the lyrics just kind of came to me. Yeah. There's been odd times where I've written like that, but usually I feel like my stronger songs, I always come up with the guitar riffs, and then I just kind of write the whole,
you build the sound.
I build the sound on
That's
my
really
laptop.
interesting. Yeah, because I mean, I guess 10 years ago it probably never started that way, and like,
definitely not.
The tools that are available now enable you to grow and develop that sound. By yourself on a computer, and like.
Exactly, dude. And
approach is different.
I feel like, and I'm of course every artist has a different kind of way of doing things, and it's funny. I think it's also cool to try writing different ways, like, because you can kind of get a different sound and a different kind of like overall just like tone of a song if it was written with like a whole band together, or if it was written with your acoustic guitar in a room. And it's kind of funny. That's how I kind of feel. And so I'd like to try different ways, but for this record and for the last, and it's been mostly that way. But who knows? Maybe I'll try different ways, and I'll come up with some different sounding songs. But for now, I'll stick with what's working, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting in the sense that you do a lot of your acoustic stuff as well. So it's like you're going backwards, like in that sense, and
exactly
that you've grown it on a computer and built that sound, and then actually you're stripping it back down to you and your acoustic guitar. Yeah,
I think I'm a strong believer too in like if a song sounds cool acoustic, it'll sound great as a full band.
Right.
I think that's like a good almost philosophy to think about. If a song is really cool acoustically, like at first it'd be like, okay, this will be a cool full band song too.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good to start out writing on just acoustic guitar and just like fucking as raw as possible. So yeah.
So records out tomorrow. We've got the live stream happening later. Well, what else have you got planned sort of around this weekend and the big release of the sophomore record?
Totally. It's been just a lot of like press. Like I'm chatting with you guys. I've been talking. I talked to Rock Sound yesterday.
Oh, nice.
That was cool. It's just a lot of like press stuff. We also are planning a hometown show on December 11th. I hope it happens.
Okay.
So far, it seems like it's happening. So that'll be cool to play a hometown show.
Yeah.
I haven't played a show in a fucking hot minute, so
yeah.
that'll be exciting. Other than that, just getting ready to go to Europe in February and hopefully book some more tours in the new year and keep pushing the record and try to get it heard to as many people as possible. That's the plan there.
Nice, man. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, definitely. I bet February will come around quick as well. So.
Oh, dude, it's like already a couple of like months away. So I still need to buy plane tickets. I still need to figure out how the fuck I'm getting there. So.
What's the situation in Canada at the moment in terms of like live music venues opening and having gigs? I mean, we're all good here now on that sense.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like. You have to like wear a mask, and it seems like everything's being like you got to sit down. I don't think that there's any like you're not allowed to mosh and like have like no one can be standing. So I've heard, but we'll see. We'll see once like the December 11th show comes around. I have no idea what to expect, but that's what I've heard. I haven't even been to a show or anything. The actually. My first event that I've been to was a few weeks ago, and you guys are gonna laugh at this.
Go on.
The first event that I went to post-pandemic was seeing John Cleese from Monty Python.
I was not expecting that. I was like going through all the things in my head. What's this going to be? But
yeah,
I didn't think it was going to be Basil Fawlty.
No. I got to go see John Cleese do a
pop punk set. Oh, no.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. Was
it good? Was it?
Oh, dude, it was fucking awesome. It was cool seeing him, and like he's really old now, man.
Yeah,
he's fucking, he's getting there, and it was cool to see and just hear what he has to say about all of his like I don't know skits with Monty Python and Fawlty Towers.
Yeah.
That was sweet, but that was my introduction back to being in a crowded room.
And this show that's supposed to happen on December 11th, is that acoustic or is it going to be
it's full band?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if that's seated still, people just having to sit watch you, how do you feel about that?
Dude, it'll be fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'll feel like I'm playing like a high school show again. Yeah. You know, like god damn it. I'm gonna make lots of jokes about it. It'll be kind of weird like that, but
yeah.
I don't know if people come out and it does well. Like I'm happy to play.
Yeah, you'd be happy to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. So we'll see. Again, I don't even want to get my hopes up at this point just because of life, but I'm hoping it happens.
I reckon this could be a good place to wrap things up, Nick. Unless you had anything else, Nick?
No, like I say, we're looking forward to hearing everything.
Absolutely, and I know you've got your thing later, Tyler, as well. So
I got a lot of ready for that. Yeah, a lot of prepping to do and posting and trying to remind people and getting any last minute tickets sold because that's definitely important.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Well, fucking thanks for having me on and
thanks for coming on.
Honored to be a part of this and chat and just talk about the band. It's been fun.
Yeah, no, really appreciate it, man. And I'll look at your dates properly, and if you're coming through London, I'll make an effort to come out and see you. So,
I'd love that.
Yeah, hopefully get to meet you in person, which would be cool.
Sick, cool. Well, thank you so much, guys. And,
yeah, you're welcome.
I guess have a good night. I think it's around nighttime where you guys are.
It is, yeah. We're nearly at 7 p.m. and it's long been dark, so yeah, it's night now.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice one. Thanks, Tyler. Cool. Thanks for your time, mate.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hell yeah, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard, we'd love it if you could subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or anywhere like that. Also, check us out on social media. If you just search for Wasting Time Podcast on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, give us a like or a follow on any of those. And also, we love hearing from listeners as well. So feel free anytime to drop us an email at thewastingtimepodcast@gmail.com, or obviously you can message us on social media as well. But yeah, we'll catch you next time. For you to arrive, and I can't wait for you to arrive, and we'll say